in this video.
That's pretty impressive. Mucho bueno. Come on. Hello and welcome. Ah, yes, the three-row SUV.
Just to clarify, I'm referring to crossovers, not full-sized SUVs.
Seems to be the bread and butter of almost every auto manufacturer in the world currently. And why is that? Well, there's just the simple versatility of them. They can fit lots of people, they can fit lots of stuff. And it seems that every manufacturer or mainstream manufacturer has one that is bigger than the next manufacturer. I mean, they started, just as a little SUV with a third row and a little bit of space, and they got bigger and bigger and bigger. And today I'm in what seems to be one of the biggest. This is the 2023 Volkswagen Atlas. And when I tell you it's roomy and it's big, it's big. How big? I parked it next to my 2009 Honda Odyssey, and it was about the same size, length and girth. Yeah, she's got some serious width going on here, which in turn makes it spacious and comfortable. I mean, when you fold the two back rows down, you have almost 100 cubic feet of space back here. That's a lot. That's pretty significant. And in typical Volkswagen fashion, it has all the same usual switchgear. It's not too updated. I mean, it has your tech, it has your intelligent cruise, it has your touchscreen navigation, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, and all that. But, for example, the center console here is a nice, simple layout. One dial on each side for temperature, one in the middle for fan, and a row of buttons for your features and your direction of airflow and whatnot. It has a wireless car charger. It has USB hookups. There are USB hookups in the back here. For the price tag, which is in the mid-40s, it gives quite a lot of bang for buck. However, to drive, it's a totally different story.
In this model, under the hood, you have the 276 horsepower 3.6 liter V6. I believe this is the same engine that's been around for quite a while. The reliability is a strong point on this as far as I know. I haven't heard too many complaints about them. I'm sure some people would know better than I would, but they seem to be all right. As you can see, there's plenty of room here around it. You've got your parking sensors in the bumper there. Then I believe the radar is housed inside the Volkswagen sign. And it's a pretty beefy looking SUV. They made it look big and bulky and just, it has a presence about it. Does have a power lift gate. And then you have your spare tire down here. You got decent storage, even with the seats up. It is a 7-seater, not an 8. I wish they would have made it an 8-passenger, just like I believe the Pilot has the 3-passenger third row. That would have been nice to see, especially with something this big. Got your dual exhaust there. Have my gas cans in there because we're still without power at home and I got to get more gas for the generator. And I mean, look at this back seat. That's massive. It's huge. Let me show you. I am 6'4". I got my head up against the door here, and my foot is just barely sticking out the edge there. So if I were to tuck them down in here, I could probably shut the door and I could have a nice nap in here. That's pretty impressive. That's a lot of space back here. And I mean, look, there's still all this room down here. Now, this second row actually slides forward and rearward, so you can adjust the leg room for the third row, which is a nice touch. As far as the layout in here, there's your center stack there with all the controls. There's your screen, typical Volkswagen fashion. The materials are pretty much, I mean, there's some little bit of squishiness here, but they're pretty hard to, hard touch materials, which may not feel the most premium, but I can guarantee you if you've got kids, that means easy to clean, which is mucho bueno. Now, drivability. That's where this thing truly suffers. If you like driving, if you enjoy driving, then this is not the SUV for you. It feels very unsure-footed. Like, you ever seen a cat run through the house, especially through the kitchen on the tile at night, and it slips while it's going around the corner and it just slams into something? That's what this thing feels like. Just hitting normal bumps on the road and the traction control kicks in and it feels like the tires are going to come off. It's just very unsettling. I don't really like the way this thing drives at all. And it doesn't even make a good noise. I mean, the V6 sounds more like it's moaning than it does like it's accelerating. The seating position is all right. My father sat in it and he thought it was very comfortable because it sits up high and it's got good, decent leg room. The center console here does bump up against my knee when I try to reach for the gas pedal. Which is a minor nuisance. It's not terrible. I mean, things are placed within reach here. Nothing is too far out. Everything is pretty straightforward. Again, there. Come on. Okay, I took off from a stoplight and I barely hit 65 miles an hour that whole time, and I had my foot hard down. Yeah, it's not going to win any races, or that's not what this is meant for. So what is this meant for? The Volkswagen Atlas, in my opinion, at least this outgoing model, is for people who want to haul people and things and need something that has space, that's affordable, and it has decent options and tech and a lot of bang for buck. Is it the biggest tech fest? No. Is it the best driving SUV, three-row SUV? Absolutely not. It's actually pretty terrible driving wise. I'm driving on a normal Michigan road, which if you're not from Michigan, they're all crap. And I just constantly feel like it wants to go left and right and all over the place, and like the wheels are just bouncing, and this thing, it's got what, 30,000 miles on it? And it's already feeling like this? But it'll fit 7 people and a lot of their personal crap, and you can go shopping in it and you can fill it up and fold the seats and put all kinds of stuff back there. So if you're not a driver's driver, or you're not somebody who enjoys driving and does it more because you have to and it's just something you do, like breathing or walking, then this might be an option for you. If you are somebody who enjoys driving, not so much. As far as three-row SUVs go, I know that's a hard ask, but come on, you guys, you could do better. For God's sakes, you make the GTI. You could have done better. But I truly, genuinely think this was made
just as a minivan alternative. Volkswagen doesn't have a minivan anymore, and I guess this is what they decided to go with. A large, big, girthy SUV to haul people, their asses, other people's asses, and their stuff. I guess that's it. Would I personally buy one? No, absolutely not. There's so much else out there that I'd rather have. I've driven the Pilot. The newer one drives better than this, but to get this level of equipment, you're going to be paying a bit more, I believe. But the GM products, I've never messed with. I don't really like them. We see a lot of them at the shop with all kinds of issues, so I don't mess with them. You've got the Durango, which I've driven and drives pretty well. And one I really want to try because I've heard a lot of good things about is the CX-9. Let's see. Okay, mash the throttle. All right, highway it does better than coming off a standstill. I wonder how much this thing weighs, though. I'll probably look it up and put it somewhere on the screen here. What do you think? Have you ever driven one of these things? Sound off in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I'd appreciate it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Shit, I almost crashed.